Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel again. I know that I told you guys that I would come back and let you know if I was pregnant or not, if the IVF cycle was successful. And unfortunately, it was not. I am not pregnant. Um, and so it's been a pretty rough couple of days. We found out on Friday. Today is Tuesday. Um, and so it's just been a really hard couple of days. I'm not gonna come on here and pretend like, everything is great, it's wonderful, it doesn't matter. Um, it hurts. Going through IVF is a serious process. It's kind of like going through chemo or, some type of extreme treatment like a liver transplant or something. You go through the procedure or cycle hoping for a positive outcome. And when there is no positive outcome, it's very devastating. At this point, we're just trying to mourn, grieve, and recover. From this whole process has been a lot. The past 6 weeks have been, we've just been on an emotional roller coaster. There's been ups, there's been downs. Um, it's just been a lot. And, at this point, we're really just trying to pick up the pieces. We do feel like, our world has been shattered, and we're just trying to find our way back and pick up the pieces. And so once I got the bad news, I just had all these thoughts. I had to wrestle with God, and I'm still wrestling with God. I had to come to the conclusion that God did not do this to hurt us. Like, He didn't orchestrate this whole situation for us to fail and be hurt. Because I was tempted to think that. While God did not and does not orchestrate tragedies in our lives, if you are a firm believer in Christ, He is there to help us pick up the pieces and to make sense of it all. He is there to bring good. Romans 8:28. He is there working for our good in these situations. What it looks like, what the good looks like, I have no idea at this point. I don't know what God's plans are. I do believe that He has a plan, and I do believe that He is looking out for our best interests, and your best interest if you're going through a traumatic time right now as well. But I don't know what God's plan is. I can't pretend or perceive to know God's mind. I thought I knew what His plan was. Clearly, I was wrong. I was so sure that I was going to be pregnant, and to get the news that I wasn't, it was just a devastating blow. But again, I know that God has a plan, and I'm continuing to hold His hand for Him to lead me wherever it is He wants me to go through this situation. I don't know what we would do next, if anything. So if you ask that, or I should just say, please don't ask that, because I honestly don't know what we would do next, what the next steps are. I don't have a clue right now. We're just in the thick of grieving and mourning and just trying to get through this. Um, I do believe that God deeply cares about infertility challenges. When I think about Hannah in the Bible, Sarah, like God mentioned stories where women were having trouble getting pregnant. And I think it's simply because He cares. It's so easy. I feel like the world runs to the women who are pregnant. They get so much attention, you know. Um, but the women that are having trouble getting pregnant, struggling with infertility, are forgotten or placed on a back burner, or they're not seen as worthy or valuable individuals in today's society. And even back then, you know, I feel like this is something that has just been since the beginning of time. Not being able to have kids naturally or at all, you know, has been kind of like this shameful thing. You know, like even going into a place for fertility help can feel degrading because you feel like this is something that I should be able to do on my own. Like, as a woman, I should be able to produce a child. I should be able to give birth naturally. You know, in the beginning, Eve gave birth naturally. It's almost like it was her God-given right to be able to procreate and have children. And so when you feel like you don't have that, it can make you feel less than a woman. And I don't know if I made this clear or not, but my husband or I, neither one of us have children, so we don't have any kids at all. And we want to, you know, we do want to have kids. My husband does want to be a father, and who knows? It just may not be in the cards for us. I don't know. I really don't know what God's plans are. But again, I do know that God cares about infertility. And if you are a woman struggling with infertility, God cares about you and your situation. And He loves you and He sees you. And I see you and I love you. And I care about what you're going through if nobody else does. I totally understand. Um, Again, I've been dealing with infertility for 10 years. I've had miscarriages. You know, it can be a lot. And sorry, the video cut off while I was talking, so I had to come back on. But anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to come back and share that because, again, I told you guys that I would come back and share. Um, if you're planning to do IVF, if that's the road that you feel like, you know, you want to take, definitely do it. It does work for some people. Don't let my story discourage you. Don't let it put a damper in your faith. If it's something that you want to do, definitely go for it. You know, each and every one of us has our own road to take. And sometimes God calls us to the hard road. You know, this is a hard road for us. And, you know, God meets us here. And I do believe that this situation will deepen my relationship with God. And so I'm grateful for that. I do feel like I have a lot to learn. And I'll be keeping you guys posted along the way. Thank you so much for your prayers and positive comments and support. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I hope that you guys will have the most wonderful day. And remember, always spread love and not hate. Okay? Take care, guys.